Hello, and welcome back to the Ram Show. I know it has been a few weeks. Well, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's bring Zach in. Hi, Zach. How's it going?
Hi.
So let's recap real quick. So, 2 weeks ago, we had midterms.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we had midterms and stuff like that, so I was just super busy with that. Didn't have a chance to put a show together. The week after that was spring break. You weren't in town last week, so we couldn't have a show. And now we're here.
Yeah.
So
Now we're here. Yeah.
now we're back.
That's where we are.
So new updates right now. I have upgraded. No longer,
upgraded.
no
Yes,
longer
you have.
on, no longer on iOS. I am on Android.
An upgrade in the truest sense of the word.
So I never thought I would be one of those people. So I've got the brand new Samsung Galaxy S9. I never thought I would be one of those people who bought the new phone the day it came out, right?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. So people line up, right, when the new phones come out. They're like, "Oh, new phone came out. I'm lining up today just to get it," right? I just
Yeah.
nudged.
I got my iPhone whatever, but the iPhone whatever plus one just came out. I need to have it. Need to have it. Need to have it.
So yeah, I'm never like that. So anyway, so coincidentally, I just walked into the store and the guy's like, "Yeah, by the way, this new phone just came out, and there were some super great deals and things." And I was like, "Okay, fine. What the heck?" And so yeah. So
I still have an S5.
do you? I had to make the joke to the guy when he was talking about the Samsung Galaxy, right? I think it was actually the Samsung Note that was it the Note
Oh,
7?
did you have to make the joke about it
Yeah,
exploding?
yep. I was like, no, this one's not gonna blow up on me, right? You could just see his face. He's just like, he's like, no. He was visually like annoyed. It's just like you could tell.
Really?
Yeah, you could tell
Oh
he's
my
heard that like probably 100 times from people.
Maybe he has. Maybe that's why he's annoyed. That seems like a good one. Like, good one.
I can see though if
But
you've heard it
no.
like 100 times or whatever like
you'd
that.
you'd think the cool salesman would laugh with you, but I guess he's just heard it too many times.
That probably was what it was. But anyway, he's like, no, it won't. So I almost looked at getting a Google Pixel, but
You know, I've heard some odd things about them, such as
Really?
that they've got faults, specifically with regards to quality control.
wait, they've got faults? Is that what you said? You dropped out there.
They have faults specifically centered around quality control.
Interesting.
Sounds.
Interesting.
I have no idea what the details of that are off the top of my head. I just know that I've heard a few things about quality control surrounding.
So I heard that the camera's slightly better on the Pixel. The colors are a little bit more vibrant, is what I heard.
Oh, that's really the last of my concerns. What about you?
Well, okay, so the difference between me, right? So I was not going to get the Google Pixel XL. So the two
Cool.
things that made the difference for me were that the S9 has expandable storage, which is
That
always
should be a given. I don't understand
Yeah,
why
the
some
Google
manufacturers
Pixel-
feel the need not to include that. That's ridiculous.
Apple.
I mean, well, okay. Apple are one of the worst offenders because
Yeah, so I
do
guess
any of their devices have expandable storage at all?
no.
I don't
I
think
mean,
any of them do.
you can get quote
Like, they're
unquote
some of the worst at that.
well, okay, you can get quote unquote expandable storage by paying for iCloud.
Oh, that doesn't count.
That reminds me, I need to
At
cancel.
every device you can, at every device, even if they don't have, even if the manufacturer doesn't have their own cloud storage, you can always just download Google Drive. There's your expandable storage.
That's true. That's true. That reminds me, I need to cancel my iCloud like paid subscription now because I'm not going to use it.
Ugh, why would you have a paid subscription?
Because
for
it's like
that?
99 cents a month for like 500 gigs or something like that. I actually thought that was a somewhat decent deal.
I suppose if you use it, it's not too bad.
Well, yeah. See, because for
I'll give you
me,
that one.
everything was synced with I have lost that synchronization now between like iCloud and things like that with my Mac.
Okay.
Or like the photo thing, so I could take a photo or a video or whatever, and then I could literally just open up my laptop and open up the app, and it would be in there too. So that's one of the reasons I did that. It was more for like photos and storage and things like that. Now that I don't have that anymore, I don't need it anymore. So everything backs up to like Google now. So that's really nice.
Interesting.
So anyway, so what else? Oh, okay. So this is what the final decision came down to. Yeah, having expandable storage is nice because I'm not sure about the Google Pixel XL. I think that one you can pop an SD card or micro SD card in. But at least at least just the Google Pixel, you can't. There's no expandable storage on it, which I don't understand at all. Thank you, Google. But the major...
Yeah, that's not so good. I don't like that. I'm sure Google would love to plug their Google Drive, like, hey guys, just pay for Google Drive.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The major...
No, that's bad. Don't do that.
The major selling point of the S9. Are you ready for this?
What is it? I actually have no idea.
Has a headphone jack. It has a headphone jack. A dedicated headphone jack. I know that might sound silly. That might sound silly.
Wow, look at that.
But that's ultimately what it came down to. Because I use my headphone jack all the time. Especially now that I can't just plug in... See, this is...
Does the Pixel not have a headphone jack?
No, it's got the weird USB-C to headphone jack adapter dongle thing.
Oh no! So they got the dongle thing going.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no,
yep. So that's why I picked up the S9. I was like, dedicated headphone jack. Because see, here's the thing: I love listening to music when I'm driving, and so with my iPhone, which I've lost this functionality now, but whatever. With my iPhone, I could just plug in a lightning cable. Like, so my actual radio, it's an aftermarket radio, has a USB port on it. So I could plug the USB port in and then plug the lightning into my phone. And the great thing was it would not only charge the phone, but that I could pass audio through it too. Well, it doesn't work that way with, I can still get power through it, but audio won't pass through with the Google, or not the Google Pixel, the S9. I don't know if it just doesn't like Android or if it's because this is much newer technology or whatever. So anyway, so I'm forced to use the auxiliary jack on the radio now. And if I didn't have a headphone jack, I could still do it, but then I have to remember the dongle every time, and that would just be really annoying. So anyway, now let's talk about this real quick because this leads right into our first story for this week, and that is one benefit to picking up the Google Pixel. You can delete all the stock applications that come with it. That's kind of a cool feature.
Yes.
So with the Google Pixel, you are able to uninstall every single app that comes with it.
Yes. Huge thumbs up.
The S9, I can't do that. Although the included apps...
Hold on. You can. You can.
Well, okay, if I want to root the device, but I'm not. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not into that kind of stuff like you are. I just like, if it works, it works for me. That's kind of where I'm at. So I'm pretty simple. But anyway, so this leads into our first topic here. So.
Yes.
T-Mobile's parent company, which I do not know how to pronounce. I do not know how to pronounce this company's name. Would you care to try to help me out, Zach, please?
Deutsch?
Is that what you think?
I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure that would just translate to German telecom, right?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google Translate that first.
Wonderful. Okay, do that. So anyway, T-Mobile's parent company, Deutsche Telekom, I guess that's what we're kind of going with right now, I guess.
I don't know.
Right? I don't know either. But they have announced that they are, I love this idea, they're going to give their customers the option to choose which apps they want installed on new Android devices.
Wow. Gee, isn't that something?
It is
it's
something.
Almost like it's my phone and I should be able to choose what I have to install.
Let me say something.
I have taken measures to remove the bloatware on mine, but I should not have had to root my phone.
Now, see, this opens an interesting topic real quick here, right? So, my S9, right? It's unlocked. It's not tied to any carrier. It's unlocked, right? So
that must
here's
cost a pretty penny.
yes and no. Less than the iPhone cost me originally, because I bought that outright too. That was unlocked.
Oh, geez, that doesn't surprise me.
Now the benefit to having an unlocked phone is that you can move it to any carrier you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
That
always
is
nice.
the idea.
Anyway, so here's my question, right? So if this telecom company can allow you to set up a new phone, right, which I'm going to guess you're going to purchase through them on their network with, like through them, right? It's not an unlocked phone, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
How is it then that they can offer you the option to choose what apps you want, yet I don't get that option with an unlocked phone?
It probably has to do with that when you buy the phone through them, it will have its stock operating system will be configured to allow you to uninstall those apps, because normally you can't uninstall them because they're considered system apps, right?
Right.
Just because they're considered system apps is the only reason you can't uninstall. The app manager, it says, oh, this is a system app, you can't uninstall that, even though it's just like Candy Crush or
okay, not a directly
yeah,
built-in app.
Who knew
but...
Candy Crush was such a core component of my operating system?
Wait,
I better not uninstall.
Where did you find this?
Huh?
Or are you just being facetious right now?
What do you mean?
Like, did you actually legit find a device that has Candy Crush?
Oh, I don't know. No, I'm just
Okay,
making an example. That's a common bloatware app.
I was totally wondering if that was actually a thing. It was like, what?
Well, but that's how it is. They're marked as system apps, which means you can't uninstall them normally. Now, they've been a little bit nicer about in past years, recent years. They've allowed you to uninstall and freeze a lot of them. However, there are still some eyesores, as I like to consider them, that you're just stuck with if you don't root your phone. And that's stupid. I should not have to root my phone to do simple things
No,
like
I agree with you.
Now, I was going to root my phone anyway, so I don't care, I guess. This is largely irrelevant to me, because if I'm going to buy a new device, I'm going to make sure I can root it. For everybody else, yeah.
And then soft brick it for about a half an hour.
You know what? The answer ended up being I needed to just install the proper drivers on my computer. No problem. Got it.
Okay. Well, you figured it out, I guess. So, I guess I can't give you too much crap for soft bricking a device, because I soft bricked a router for a while, so.
Well, I don't think soft bricked is actually the correct answer. It was just stuck in fast boot mode, which is well, I can't really tell you myself. I don't fully understand it. It's just it's almost like going into the BIOS on your computer.
Huh, okay. So
you
it was like stuck in
can
that.
pass commands to it from a computer.
Interesting. Well, so Android
or tell
basically
it to boot an alternative image.
Well, yeah, and Android basically is isn't it like Android is Unix based, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So, anyway. So the idea behind this whole thing is of course to combat the unwanted pre-installed apps or bloatware that normally comes on devices and things like that. Which again, great idea. Now,
what's a greater idea is if phones didn't come with bloatware at all.
Yes.
That's that really makes you think.
Or you know what else would be really great if Windows didn't come with bloatware.
Oh yeah, that'd be great too.
So did you ever look up what this is? Did you look it up? Did you translate this?
I Google translated it. It just translated to the same word.
Huh. Okay.
It didn't translate at all. So I'm pretty sure that says Deutsche Telekom.
Deutsch. Okay.
Not 100% on that.
I'm not 100% either.
But I know that if that's correct, it would just translate to German Telekom. I think.
I love that I think at the end.
I think I gotta cover myself. Okay? I can't say definitively that is the answer unless I know it's the answer, but I'm pretty sure it's the answer. Anyway.
Well, okay, now here's the other thing about this. Now, this company is also saying that the manufacturer will now provide, get this, direct firmware updates. which is kind of a cool idea. Because if you think
Google?
about it, well, okay, so what Deutsche Telekom, I guess that's what we're going with. They're saying that the manufacturers of the phones will actually be providing the firmware updates.
Say that? The manufacturer of the phones what?
Will be directly providing firmware updates.
Really?
Yeah.
So how is that different from what most companies do then?
Well, I think in terms of like firmware, I think they're talking like operating system. So you know, like
Oh,
how
are you
most.
talking about how usually it comes from the carrier?
I'm not sure if that's how it usually works. I thought like
I'm pretty sure that's how it usually is because the manufacturer they'll set up the firmware, the new version or whatever that they want to push to the device, and then they have to send it to the carrier, and the carrier has to customize it, I suppose, for their carrier, right? The manufacturer might send
I guess
it out
I don't know how that
to
worked.
Verizon and AT&T and whatever, and then they will all customize it for their specific Sprint, Verizon, AT&T version of X phone, and then they will push it down to the device.
See, I thought Google pushed all that down.
Does that sound right? I think that.
I honestly don't know.
Sure.
I thought it was Google that pushed everything down. You have to remember.
It's definitely not Google.
You have to remember.
Unless you have a Nexus device, I think Google do push updates for some Nexus device.
Okay. You have to remember that for a long time, I was on the Apple ecosystem where everything gets pushed down by Apple.
Well, actually, it'd be great if all the updates just came straight from Google because then you wouldn't have situations where a phone that is perfectly capable of running, this newer version of the operating system just doesn't get it because the manufacturer didn't bother create that version, customize it for their device, and then the carrier didn't bother to, whatever they. And that's the only reason that it doesn't have the operating system. Well, now you don't have that because Google's pushing them all. There you go, fantastic.
Yeah.
Devices would just be generally more up to date in that case.
And that's the idea behind this, is that they say that updates are going to be sent out in a more timely manner. This
is good.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, there's been a problem for many devices on many platforms, as we talked about Microsoft. Yeah, so basically the TLDR on this is that this company is going to basically give you the option. You get your new phone, you get it out of the box. You go through the setup process, and it's going to pull up a screen that's basically like what apps do you want, which apps do you not want. You tell what you want. And
this company
bada bing,
is pushing some practices that are oddly consumer friendly for a telecom company.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say that. This is good. This is good. More companies do this, please.
Yeah, I like this idea. If I buy a device, I would love to be able to uninstall the apps that I want to uninstall, and because that's the thing.
It feels like they want you to. It feels like that they want it to be like you're basically paying to use the phone that's theirs. It's like their phone. No, that's not how. This is my device. I'm gonna do what I like with.
Right, exactly. All right, let's move on. Let us. Start with the Microsoft news now. So, Microsoft is pushing. Surprise, surprise! Is pushing one of their products again.
Oh no! I just read it. What is that? What is that? What is that?
Oh, okay. Would you like to tell everyone?
Microsoft wants to force Windows 10 mail users to use Edge for emailing.
Okay, can I just say something real quick? Okay? If you're already using the built-in Microsoft Mail app, you're already doomed.
I don't know. I don't fully understand what this means. For email links? What does that mean?
Okay.
Does that mean that if you click a link in the Mail app, it will automatically go to Edge no matter what you chose as your default?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. So
what are they? What?
Well, okay.
Oh my
hang
God.
on. Let's get into the story real quick here. So Microsoft is testing. I don't even know why they need to test this because just looking at it is a bad idea. Like,
Anyone with
Look at
two
us.
brain cells to rub together knows this is a horrible idea.
Exactly. So Microsoft is testing a new change to its future version of Windows 10, which will probably annoy anyone using the operating system.
Oh yeah, it will, except for me because I don't use the Windows 10 Mail app.
I don't use it either. But that's why I said if you're already
So I guess
using...
that's good for me.
Well, okay, but this is what I said. If you're
But
already
it's still
using...
a horrible change. Why
Yeah.
on earth would they think this is a good idea? I don't.
Because it's Microsoft. Well, okay, let me ask you
Well,
this
actually,
question.
no. They probably know that people aren't going to like it. They just know that they'll probably get away with it.
Let me ask you though. When was the last time...
Maybe more what's going on.
When was the last time on this show that we talked about Microsoft doing something sensible?
Doing something cool, consumer friendly.
Oh wait.
I don't know.
That's
That's a
exactly.
good question.
Exactly.
It's always something stupid. It's always something stupid. It's always something that anyone with two brain cells to rub together knows is a horrible idea.
Okay,
And
now,
everyone's
now,
gonna...
now, granted, we always pick the most like wacky, like what can we make fun of Microsoft this week story, anyways. But that's kind of what the staple of this segment right here is, isn't it?
Well, I mean, they sure don't make it hard.
No, that's
Like,
the funny
you know,
part.
If,
Well,
if
I
they
don't know.
if they don't want to be made fun of, well,
Yeah,
gee,
I don't know whether it's
quit giving us
funny
material.
Or if it's sad.
Quit giving us so much material. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is kind of both. Like it's hilarious the levels that they're stooping to try to make people use Edge, but it's also kind of depressing that they would stoop to such a.
Yeah, so the software giant revealed the other day that they will begin testing a change where links clicked on within the Windows Mail app will open in Microsoft Edge. So the change means if you have something like Chrome or Firefox or Opera or whatever other sensible internet browser option you're using.
Not Edge.
Thank you. It's just gonna be like, yeah, don't care. Oh, hey, fancy
Looks
Microsoft
like your
Edge Windows is
default
gonna pop
browser
up.
is set to Chrome. But you click this link, and so I'm gonna open it in Edge. Okay, awesome. That's about what's going on.
Yeah. So it's a ridiculous change. Let's get that out of the way real quick. Which is similar to Microsoft forcing users who are using Cortana to basically use Bing search when the results pop up. So you ask Cortana a question, right? Even if your default search engine is set to, say, Google, it's still going to pull up the results
Nope.
in Bing.
Well, gee, it makes you think that you pretty much can't trust any of the numbers that they put out with regards.
Yeah, that is true.
Adoption rates or
That is
usage
true.
rates of people, actually using Edge, Bing, etc. Because they probably think that anytime somebody clicks on a link in Windows 10 Mail app and then it opens up in Edge, that hey, that counts as somebody using Edge. Add that to the.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. That person probably didn't want to use Edge at all.
Now, Microsoft says...
Whoever that was, they probably wanted nothing to do with Edge, but
Yeah, exactly.
a horrible design decision caused it to open in Edge. So
Okay,
there you go.
So here's what Microsoft is saying. They say, as always, we look forward to feedback from our WIP community, so the Windows Insider Preview community.
So I hope they look forward to lots of trash being thrown at them.
Well, okay, here's the thing, though.
Because I really sincerely hope that's what happens, because they have it
what,
coming.
though?
They sure got it coming with this.
You know what, though? I'm a little concerned about this, because here's what I'm thinking, okay? If you're in the
It's
Windows...
a bad direction?
Well, no, okay. If you're in the Windows Insider program, right, you're probably...
Oh, yeah. I'm not.
I'm stereotyping here, but you're probably more of a techie person, right?
Perhaps.
Like I said, I'm stereotyping.
Yes.
I'm stereotyping
Probably.
here, but
Generally, the average computer intelligence of those people is maybe a little bit
higher. So here's the thing: if it's at that point, I would imagine that they're already using things like uh, Chrome, Firefox, and I bet you that they're not using the built-in Windows app. So what I'm wondering is even though that this is being announced here, how many people is it actually going to affect?
Does anybody actually use the Windows 10 Mail app?
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm saying if you've got people who are more technologically inclined, they're probably not using the Windows Mail app. They're probably using something like Outlook or even online.
Well, even people who aren't computer smart.
Yeah. Although, I mean, you never know. But that's my point is if these people are using, an online mail client or they're using something like Outlook or Thunderbird or whatever, is this something that's really going to affect them? Therefore, is it something that Microsoft is going to see a ton of comments about? I'm curious about that. That's something to think about, I think.
Yep.
So yeah. I don't know. If people are using it, then I'm sure Microsoft's going to get a lot of feedback about this, and it's probably not going to be positive feedback. But as we've kind of seen, I feel like
they should absolutely know it's coming. Like, come on, really?
As we've seen, though,
it doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
I think Microsoft is kind of at this point where they're like, we really don't care what the consumers want. We are going to do anything and everything we can to basically, you know what Windows 10 is starting to turn into? A giant ad for Microsoft products and services.
A giant ad for more Windows 10.
Well, okay, so not even necessarily Windows 10, but Microsoft's products.
Yes.
Or services, Microsoft has desperately been trying to convince Windows 10 users to switch from Chrome to Edge. And when you set up a new Windows box, right? And you set your default...
yeah, it plugs Edge. In fact, if you open Edge and just type the name of another browser, the first thing that will pop up is a little panel that says why Microsoft think that Edge is and why you should use it, not download the other better browser that you were about to download.
Okay, let me say something real quick, right? So if Microsoft is so concerned with getting people to use their services, Bing, Cortana, Edge, make your products better.
Here, hold on. I'll post this link for you. I just did it right now.
Okay.
There you go.
I see it here. Hang on. Let me do this real quick. Hopefully I don't crash my system.
Why would you crash your system?
Because whenever I start opening, like, other windows and browsers and things like that... Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Hang on. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
You can open up Edge and type in the name of a browser, and it will do it for you. Guarantee it. If you want to see for yourself.
Hang on. Let me find the correct buttons. There we go. That's that one. I haven't used this in a long time, so I forget where the button, like, what presets are what now. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah. So, Microsoft Edge is the faster, safer browser on Windows 10, and it is already installed in your PC.
Yep. There you go.
What they have failed to mention is Microsoft Edge sucks, and Firefox and Chrome are far superior. Would you agree with that statement? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. I don't know if Zach can hear me.
Huh?
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you.
Yeah, I can.
I said Microsoft Edge sucks. Did you hear my comment?
Yes,
it also fails to mention that Microsoft Edge sucks and that Firefox and Chrome are far superior.
Absolutely.
Thank you. There we go. That's what I was looking
Jeez.
for. I was like, do you agree with that statement or not? I figured you would. But, oh, man. That's funny. Wait, did you just do this? Or did
Did I
you...
just do what?
The
That?
screenshot?
Yeah, I just did that right now.
Oh! Okay, I thought that's something that you found online.
No.
Like, oh, that's funny.
There right now.
That's funny. Man, I'm surprised you even touched Edge.
For like 5 seconds, I touched Edge.
You need to go like burn your mouse now. It's contaminated.
No, I would really prefer not to.
It's contaminated. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I said though, okay, really simple, right? If Microsoft wants to, wants people to use their products, then don't create such crummy products. You know what I mean?
And make a better product instead of just trying to force people to use a crap product.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, all right, let's move on. Let me close this. What do we have next? Oh, okay. Let's talk about YouTube. Ads have been a major topic of debate on YouTube recently. They demonetized smaller channels such as ourselves, where we can no longer make ad revenue. But now Google is doing something interesting here. So YouTube is going to start serving heavy music listeners more ads in the hopes of annoying them into becoming paid subscribers to the company's upcoming new music service.
What?
So
That's bad. Don't do that.
okay, so
They're probably going to do it anyway, but they shouldn't do that.
Based
That's
off
horrible.
based off of algorithms, right? And tracking what it is that you're listening to, what videos you're watching and things like that. If they determine that you are somebody who regularly listens to a lot of music off of YouTube, they're going to start serving you a bunch of ads to try to get you to buy into their new music subscription service.
Well, if you have proper ad block configured, you probably won't notice.
That's probably true. Or you use like I don't know, the far superior option, which is Spotify. Now granted, there's still ads there if you have the free option. I actually pay for a subscription, so I could care less. But anyway, so no doubt it's going to be frustrating to users.
I'm sure it will.
Especially those ones
But
that are...
actually, I bet a lot of people won't even know. They'll just see the ads, right? They'll see the ads, and maybe they'll notice that there's more of them, but they probably won't know why.
Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, definitely people who are using it as a free streaming service probably going to notice. It's a move that makes a lot of sense for YouTube. After all, Spotify has more or less been using the same basic model right now.
Yeah.
And it's causing, people who are listening for free to basically buy a subscription and everything, which, okay, fine, whatever. That's marketing, things like that. In a statement to The Verge, a YouTube spokesperson clarified, our top priority at YouTube is to deliver a great user experience, and that includes ensuring users do not encounter excessive ad loads. Okay.
Excuse me? Didn't they just get done saying that they were going to push more ads to people that they want to push more ads to?
Well, they say we do not seek to specifically increase ad loads across YouTube. For a specified subset of users who use YouTube like a paid music service today and would benefit most from additional features, we may show more ads or promotional prompts to upsell to our paid service. Okay. So here's the thing. you know, computer algorithms don't always work the way we want them to. How long is it before...
Yeah, but they probably are pretty good in this case. It's not really that hard.
That is true.
to
But,
detect.
you know, I wonder what will end up happening if they somehow end up messing up the algorithm and, you know, then it starts serving more... See, okay, yeah, so they're saying that they're going to be serving more ads, and I wonder if that just means that it's going to be more... like, the same amount of ads, but the content within those ads will be more suited towards the music streaming service. If that makes sense.
That may be it, actually.
Now here's the thing. No matter how you look at it, either more users are annoyed into subscribing to it, or YouTube's just going to make more money off the advertisement. So, I mean, it's kind of a win-win for them regardless of whatever happens. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. This is the ecosystem we live in now. You're online, ads are becoming, you know, well, they're a thing now. So, yeah.
I haven't seen an ad in quite a while.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
That ad block must be awesome. Unfortunately, I guess I just don't care enough. I just don't care enough.
Yeah, you know, that's probably for the better, because if you did care, you'd have to be like me and have to install an ad block.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Okay. I lost what I was doing.
I just cannot stand such eyesores on my screen.
Right. Okay. Actually, let's do that. Okay. You've heard of Orbitz before, probably, right?
What do they do? Why do I think rental car company?
No. Well,
Is it a
I
rental
don't
car
know.
company? It's not a rental car company, is it?
No. It's one of those. It's like Expedia.
Something to do with traveling. I know that.
Yep. Yeah. It's like Expedia, where you can like bundle like your. It does look like they bundle like flights, hotels, rental cars. So that's maybe where you're thinking that part from. But they're basically a big travel site and things like that. So travel booking website Orbitz has announced that it discovered a potential, quote unquote, potential, data breach that
Oh, really?
may or may not have exposed information for thousands of customers. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Yeah. That's reported by Engadget.
Oh, really? That's a good one.
Yeah, the incident discovered by the company on March 1st may or may not have exposed information tied to about 880,000 credit cards. Maybe. Just maybe.
Ouch.
Yeah. Here's what I have to say about this, right? It happened with Equifax. I think we heard something about OnePlus having some kind of data breach.
Yep.
What did we do a couple weeks ago? There was something like I don't remember what company it was, but it had something to do with like Amazon or something like that. It wasn't Amazon, but it was like a branch off of Amazon, or I don't remember what that was. I'd have to look back in the notes. Anyway, the point that I'm getting at here is, how are companies not seeing this and like, oh, hey, maybe we should check the security of our, networks and make sure that our data is actually secured.
That's too much work.
Yeah, and then you end up in the news.
IT is an expense, not an asset.
Yeah, until this crap happens, and then all the executives are running around looking for the IT people. What the heck? What do we do now? What do we do now?
What if they fired them all already? Because they were an expense. not an asset.
Well, if they did, then they're just screwed at this point. Like, oh man, like I said, I guess I don't understand quite how the corporate, work structure works, but again,
So yeah,
I would think if I'm seeing other big companies having data breaches and things like this, it might tip me off to say, maybe we should look at the security of our infrastructure here and make sure we're not the next ones. I don't get it. Yeah.
that would be smart, wouldn't it?
Oh well, okay. As I found with well, I think what society has kind of taught us is, excuse me, or not necessarily society, but the media per se. It's portrayed that executives, really care about making money, and everything else is just kind of, we'll worry about it when it happens. In this case, with the data breach, yeah. Last time I checked, data breaches cause people to be unhappy, and when people are unhappy, they generally don't use your service. And when people don't generally use your service, you generally don't make money.
And then you generally go bankrupt.
Yeah. Like Toys R Us. Oh, I'm sorry.
They go bankrupt now.
Too soon? Too soon? I
don't even know what you're talking about.
What
what happened to them?
Toys R Us went belly up. You didn't hear about
They
this?
did.
Yeah.
Nope. I think I heard something about it. No, I didn't.
Okay, now
actually
Toys R Us did not go belly up because of a data breach or anything like that. It's
What,
just
because they just weren't making enough money.
Yeah.
I guess.
well,
Right?
and the problem is
Isn't that
people
how it usually goes?
yeah, and people are buying things off of see brick and mortar buildings now are starting to fade away because of online retailers.
Hello, Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazon's great, though.
It is great. It is great.
I know
It's
I'm part of the
convenient.
problem, but Amazon's great.
Here's my thing with Amazon.
Or maybe it's not a problem. Maybe brick and mortar stores just have to evolve.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, they have to keep up with the times now. What was I saying? I don't remember now. Anyway, so the consumer data in question is from an older booking platform. Oh, okay. How
Would
many
they
times?
buy out an old platform and
Well,
then
not even what I'm getting at here. What I'm getting at is how often have we heard, oh yeah, well, okay, I guess we haven't heard it a ton, but what generally happens with older platforms?
they get phased out?
Well, they get phased out, but if they're still sitting
played.
around, right? They they get
They're
phased out.
not. They're not running. I guess they're not.
Well, no, they're not able
to be accessed.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. What I'm thinking is if you've got an older platform, it may still be up, right? But because you've got that new platform, that's what you're focusing on. You're not necessarily focusing on the old platform, opening it up to, it's just like it's like Windows XP now, right? People are maybe still using it, but it's not actively being, patches are not actively being, put out for it and things like that. And so therefore people are finding backdoors into that and then utilizing those things. That's what I think, at least. That's what I feel like the problem with older platforms is. Like I said, they're not being currently developed. If they're still up, they're a potential backdoor in, I think. But anyway, so information. Well, that's where they're saying that information may have been accessed between October and December of 2017. Yeah. And they're just now kind of sort of figuring out that they maybe kind of sort of got hacked. Yeah. So, Orbit's partner platform data, such as travel booked via Amex Travel, submitted between January 1st, 2016 and December 22nd, 2017, may have also been compromised. Okay. Oh! They're owned by Expedia. That's interesting. So the Expedia-owned company says that names, payment card information, date of birth, email addresses, physical billing addresses, gender, and phone numbers may have been accessed. Okay, let's look at that real quick, right?
So does may have been accessed mean it was stolen? For sure?
I think...
Because
Okay.
usually that's PR speak for was probably stolen.
I think you're right. I think what it is it's PR speak for, we're not going to say we got hacked, but we pretty much got hacked. I don't know if that's actually true, but if you know, history has, like, you know, gives us anything to go off of, yeah, then that's PR speak for, yeah, we're not going to say we got hacked, but we pretty much got hacked. Pay no attention to the person behind the curtain over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they say they do not have quote-unquote direct evidence that any information was taken from the website. Okay. Don't you think that might be kind of an important thing to try to figure out? Were we hacked?
Might be.
Were we hacked or were
yeah.
we not hacked? Like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah, they talk about many mass data breaches, like the one last year for OnePlus. That one apparently up to 40,000 customers were affected. Let's
Ouch.
see. A Verizon partner data breach exposed millions of customer records. There was the Yahoo breach, which impacted all 3 billion user accounts, and 143 million people had personal information stolen from Equifax. Oh, and Chipotle experienced a malware that stole credit card information from restaurants in every state the chain operates in. Again, hello, big companies. Please take note that other big companies are getting hacked right now. Maybe you should look at the safety of your network and your infrastructure. Isn't that
Possibly, yeah.
Isn't that hard? Like, really? You're right, though. I think a lot of companies probably don't invest as much money as they should in the technology portion of things. Well, okay, and maybe not even so much technology, but security. Cybersecurity. Would you say that?
Yes.
I think, okay, here's my opinion. I'm curious to know what your opinion is. I think it's one of those, oh, we don't think it's going to happen to us, so we'll just kind of deal with it when it happens, maybe? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, that's a dumb way to think about it.
Well, it is a dumb way to think about it, but I think that's probably what a lot of companies do. Oh, cybersecurity is an added expense that we don't necessarily need to worry about right now. And then you get hacked, and then you're like, oh, crap. I could be wrong. But I don't know. What do you think? This is generally the part where you would put your, insert opinion here. Or not.
Say again?
I said this is generally the part where you would input your opinion here.
Didn't I agree?
You agree, but okay, fine. So you're agreeing with me. I wasn't sure if you had a different.
With you.
I wasn't sure if you had a different viewpoint.
I was not hearing you for a moment.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had a different viewpoint, I guess.
No.
So Orbit has says it's worked with a forensic investigation firm, cybersecurity experts, and law enforcement once the breach was discovered in order to eliminate and prevent unauthorized access to the platform. The company says its current site, Orbitz.com, wasn't affected. It is notifying customers who may have been impacted and is offering a year of free credit monitoring. This is becoming a thing now.
What's with all these companies and a year of free credit monitoring?
I think it's good PR. Be like, please come back. Please use our service. Please don't sue
Probably.
the crap out of us.
Sounds about right.
It's always better, in my opinion, to be proactive instead of reactive, like most of these companies are being. And you would probably agree with that statement. We need to find a different voice service.
You're roboting a bit there.
Okay, first I said we need to find a new, voice service. No, what I was saying was it's always better to be proactive than it is to be reactive.
Sure.
So. Anyway.
Yes.
All right, we got a few more minutes here before we'll call it a show. Real quick here, IBM, who's like the pinnacle of creating like computers. Well, okay, I wouldn't necessarily say pinnacle, but they created like the first personal computer, I guess. They have now super underpowered, but the technology is kind of cool. They have created the world's smallest computer.
How small is it?
1 millimeter by 1 millimeter.
It's pretty small.
Yeah, smaller than a grain of fancy salt. And it apparently costs less
How'd they do that?
I don't know. Apparently it costs less than 2 cents to manufacture.
Wow.
Not very, Okay, so IBM claims that the computer has the power of an x86 chip from 1990. So, still got some work to do. But
more than I expected.
The idea is kind of cool.
Sure is.
So, anyway. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what we could do with this in the future. In other news, Facebook got their rear end sued off. Well, I wouldn't say sued, but fined. South Korea fines Facebook $369,000 for slowing users' internet connections.
And do you really think they care about that much money? Probably not.
It's just interesting.
That's probably pocket change to them.
Yeah, so South Korea's telecom authority is fining Facebook $396 million. Wasn't Facebook like...
Wait, did you say 1,000? I thought you said 1,000.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think the first time you said 1,000, and that's why I was saying, that's probably pocket.
Because
millions?
Wait.
That's probably a little bit.
Okay, the headline says South Korea fines Facebook $369K. I thought K was 1,000, not million.
Oh, yeah, I think that is 1,000.
See?
369K, that's 1,000, yeah.
Now do you see where the confusion comes in? So...
And then you said million, so now, I'm more confused.
I don't know what it is. The article says South Korea Telecom Authority is fining Facebook $396 million.
396 something.
No, okay. The title says 369K. The article says 396. So not only does somebody not know the difference between what K means and million, but I think somebody may also, if I offend anybody, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but somebody may be slightly dyslexic. Because the title says...
Maybe they were just a little tired.
The title says 369. The article says 396. Anyway. So, yeah. Now, okay, wasn't not Microsoft, wasn't Facebook part of this whole, net neutrality is, or abolishing net neutrality is bad, and no slowing connections down?
Well, they were, but also, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were.
And then they're doing it to South Korea, apparently. I don't know. I really don't know. So, anyway. All right. That's really all I have for this week. Join us next week for more fun and excitement, I guess. And more shenanigans. And yeah. So in the future we'll try to be better about doing a weekly show, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
Sure, why not?
It's been a crazy year this year. We are like way further behind than I thought we were going to be because we really haven't made any main channel content, which I would like to do. So, anyway, I've got a couple
I'll keep
ideas.
being here on Sundays.
Well, yeah, and I enjoy doing the show, so we're going to continue to do the show. That'll be a thing. So, at some point before you leave, I would really like to do a show where we're both together here, though. I think that would be fun.
Oh, great.
What?
Maybe.
Just as a twist. So, anyway. All right. Well, with that said, I am going to go ahead and end this episode of The Ram Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. This direction, you can get subscribed. This direction... Yeah, okay. This direction, you can watch the last Ram Show that we did. You want to take us on the road with you, go download our podcast. It's up on the Apple iTunes store. And, that's what we should do. We should make a video on how to access the podcast on your Android device, too. So, we'll do that. Anyway, yeah. Like, comment, get subscribed, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.